All right, and now to talk about these cotton fields of exploitation in Gujarat, we are joined by Kriyan Rabadi. She's the Regional Director of Child Rights in U. We're also joined by our correspondent Kamlesh Sutar from Mumbai, who brought out that report. Kamlesh, we'll come to you in just a bit. Let me get a reaction from Kriyan first. Kriyan, it's not that the government is unaware of what's been going on right under their noses. There are task forces that have been set up, there are inspections, raids that are carried out. How come they fail so miserably? Is there a sense that you get that there is a lack of willingness on the part of the government to actually crack down on this?
Look, there is an existing Child Labour Act 2006 and it has listed 16 industries in which children are not allowed to work. Unfortunately, agriculture is not listed there, and that needs to be listed, because if you look at the 17 million children or child laborers in India, it's believed that about 70% of them work in agriculture. So if the Act does not address this, we will not be giving a large number of children the protection that they deserve.
All right, since agriculture is not covered, which is why these traffickers are taking umbrage from that loophole. We just come back to you, Kriyan. Let's also go across to our correspondent Kamlesh Sutar, who brought out that report. Kamlesh, from your first-hand experience, what is the reason that despite this vigil, this trafficking continues unabated?
Well, there are a couple of reasons for that. Primarily, this region is the backward region of Gujarat. The vibrant Gujarat we talk about is hardly seen in this part. Northern Gujarat, the districts Sabarkantha, Banaskantha districts, and the southern part of Rajasthan, the districts we mentioned, places like Dungarpur, Sirohi, and other parts of Rajasthan. There's extreme poverty. This is the tribal belt of Gujarat and Rajasthan. Education, there's a lack of education, no schools. Even if there are schools, one can hardly reach those schools. And one of the primary reasons, this season particularly starts somewhere between June and July. That is the time when schools are registered, when schools start. So children, the poverty drives their parents to send their kids to the cotton farms of work. They think that they might get some money to run their families. So during that season, children do not go to school, rather they prefer going to the cotton fields to work. They think that they might get money, but as we mentioned, there is exploitation. The mates earn more money than what the children do, and at the end of the day, what happens is just exploitation.
All right, let me just bring in Kriyan once again at this stage. Kriyan, the seed companies that are actually sponsoring this production, in this case, in BT Cotton's case, we know there are big MNCs like Monsanto that are involved in it. Should they be pulled up? Should their license not be questioned? Why should they continue working if they're child labor working in these fields? Anybody
in child labor needs to be pulled up, and there needs to be very stringent punishments so that it acts like a deterrent and children are not in labor, because we are completely infringing on their rights. So anybody involved in child labor must be booked.
All right, so is there a lack of willingness on government parts to stop trafficking? That certainly remains the big question. Many of the reports that have come out from non-governmental organizations now claim that almost entirely all the production that takes place in BT cotton fields in Gujarat is driven by child labor. For the moment, thank you both for joining us and sharing with us your perspective on that story. Time now for us to slip into a short commercial break, but more revelations on Gujarat's dirty cotton fields. That and more on the other side of the break.